In this video, we are going to see Shloka 13 of chapter 4. Krishna says in this Shloka that he is classifying people into four categories depending on their quality and the kind of work they do. I am reading the Shloka. Chaturvanyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasaha tasya kartaramapi mam vidyakartaram avyayam. Chaturvanyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasaha tasya kartaramapi mam vidyakartaram avyayam. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. So I have created four different categories of people. Guna, karma, vibhagasaha. Vibhagasaha, depending on the difference in their guna, in their qualities, and karma, depending on what they do. Tasya kartaramapi mam. Even though kartaram, I am the doer of that, api, all, despite that, mam, me, with the understand. You understand that akartaram avyayam. You understand that I am not the doer and I am the not ever changing person or never changing person. Like that you understand. So vidyakartaram avyayam, vidhi akartaram avyayam. I am not akartaram, not the doer. Avyayam, eternal, the ever unchanging personality. So this is the overall meaning of this stanza. I am telling the meaning again. I have created four different classification of people depending on their quality or behavior and the kind of work or the quality of the work they perform. Even though I created this, you understand that I am not the doer and I am unchanging forever. So some kind of extra inputs may be required here because in the modern society we have some misinterpretation coming on to this sloka, and in fact it attributes to Krishna for having created divisions among people. Please understand, it is not division, it is only classification of people. Let us see, there are a number of plates kept before a person, and the person says at the end of it, I am seeing four different plates here. One is red, one is blue, one is yellow, one is black. And he is not dividing them, he is classifying them depending on their color. And here also, you see Krishna is classifying people depending on what they do and how they behave. Like that you have to understand. And this classification is not done by Krishna only. Even in the later years, in 1967, when Thomas Harris wrote a book on transactional analysis, he classifies people into four categories and their categories you all know. There are people who say I am okay, you are okay, and there are people who say I am okay, you are not okay, and there are people who say I am not okay, you are okay, and there is another set of people who say I am not okay, you are not okay. So this same four classification is coming in the modern thinking also. Again, on the transactions that they do, the behavior that is seen among people. And often it is quoted that in Tamil, Thiruvalluvar has said, Pirappukkum ella uyirkum. This is the phrase often used by social activists telling that all are born equal. But in that same Kural, it is in the Kudiyal Adhikaram 972, 72nd Kural, in which Valluvar says the same Kural which they quote, Pirappukkum ella uyirkum Sirappu uvva seidhorinil vetrumayan. The same Kural says, even though people are born the same way, their fame is not the same because of there is a difference in what they do. Seidhoril means what they do. In fact, Valluvar indirectly mentioned that the quality of the work they perform. So this classification is not only in Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned in other literatures also. But if in Bhagavad Gita, the what should I say, the thing is that it is just classifying people, but it is not adding any fame or greatness to this classification. Which one is the best, it is not mentioned. So Krishna simply says, I am classifying people. Please understand, not I am dividing people. So classifying people into four categories depending on their quality and the quality of the work they perform. So this is the meaning of the first line. The second line is to be examined very carefully, because despite doing that, Arjuna, please do not consider me as the doer, akartaram. You please understand, I am not the doer and I am unchanging. This is what Krishna says. He says that he is the eternal truth, which does not change at all. And he is also telling he is not the creator, because these natural qualities and the way people do their work is not created by Krishna or Lord. It's a natural process. He is not the creator of the people's quality and work. It is the classification is done based on what they are, like that. So this understanding should go well. This is a very important sloka, and it attracts the attention of many people, and some people make use of this sloka to, what should I say, it is against the social order. But please become clear that it is not dividing people, it is only classifying people, as I said earlier, depending on their quality and the work, or the quality of the work they perform. So I am reading the sloka again for your getting familiar with it. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasaga tasya kartaramapi mam vidya kartaram avyayam. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasaga tasya kartaramapi mam vidya kartaram avyayam. Thank you. Hare Krishna.